Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Woo! Welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Cairo broadcast with DE and Band of Brothers. I'm Dr. Brian Moriarty, your esteemed MC for tonight's exciting call with Dr. Darcy Anderson. And I'm joined by my co-MC, Emma. And Emma, what did you want to share before going to bed?
I love DE.
Yeah, I love DE. And how about you, Patrick? What do you want to share here?
I'm doing my homework and I love DE.
Oh, good answer. There's the homework there. We got a roaring fire here. Look at that fire here because it's in the 40s tonight here in Florida. So just a warning, because this is DE week, and we're super excited to have DE this week here in Clearwater. But it's going to be a little chilly, just so you know. I mean, if you're coming from like where Darcy is or like Michigan or somewhere like that, it'll be warmer than what you got. I think highs are going to be in the mid-60s, which will be nice. Pretty sunny weather, so that'll be good. But there it is, DE, Clearwater Beach, January 9th to the 12th, this coming Thursday to Sunday. Hopefully you've seen the schedule release. We have an all-star schedule there. Here's some upcoming dates here. Obviously this weekend in Clearwater, then back April 10th to the 13th in Clearwater, then back-to-back Atlanta in July and October. Go to lifede.com if for some reason you have not registered. For some reason you're short a room, contact Kat Frazier, and she'll do what she can to help there. But it's going to be an awesome DE. I'm so excited for DE week. It'll be a little bit chilly at the beach. It'll be like 65 for a high, but we're going to be inside basking and getting husks ripped open and enjoying Dynamic Essentials. So it won't matter what the weather is, but I'm sure it'll be beautiful. I'm so looking forward to seeing everyone. Got an incredible lineup of speakers, including our speaker tonight. So I can't wait to see you guys in just 48 hours. If for some reason you're not coming, at least get on the live stream. The live stream is available for DE members. Become a member of Dynamic Essentials if you have not already. Anyway, so let's get going with tonight's call. I'm super excited to hear from this young lady. She is been a long time supporter and speaker at DE. She is the master of the 49 breaths. If you have not gotten there for Thursday night, definitely get there this time and listen to the incredible 49 breaths from this lady. I know she got a little bit of snow this week, so she's up there in the snow serving. But I'm super excited to see her in a couple of days and to hear from her tonight. So from York, Pennsylvania, once again, welcome back to our Tuesday night call, Dr. Darcy Anderson. Take it away, Darcy. We love and appreciate you.
Oh, okay. Like Brian was saying, it's going to be maybe a little chilly down in Florida, but compared to up here, it's very nice. And I got to show you something. For Christmas, okay, from the pets, okay, my dogs, I have 3 dogs, Tika, Hachi, and Paisan. They gave me this hat. And when I first saw this hat, I was like, oh my goodness, will I ever wear it? Well, let me tell you what. This hat is the most awesome hat for when it's really cold out. Look at this little pom-pom. This comes up, it can come down. It's got double layer, and you can be out like we were earlier. You can be out when it's like 18, but with the wind, it's like 8. So this morning when we woke up, I think with the wind chill, it was like 4 degrees. And 10 o'clock, it was still with the wind chill only about 8 degrees. But I tell you what, you go outside with this, I take the kids for a walk or I just hang out with them. They don't like it very much. They start to shiver. This hat is awesome. And then the other thing I received for Christmas, I got to show you this blanket. This blanket actually came from my sister and brother-in-law. and they live down in Naples, Florida, but they know that it gets very chilly up north. So is this like the most cozy blanket you've ever seen? I love it. It is so soft, puts you in dreamland. Okay, so enough for the show and tell of Christmas presents. But you know what? Every day's a Christmas because every day's a gift from God. And what we do with our life is our gift back to God. So as chiropractors, who are we? What do we do? What is it we intend to do? And where do we want to go? I started in chiropractic back in 81 as a CA. I worked for Dennis Messina for 5 years, and I say by the grace of God, he was a DE principled chiropractor. So I was dipped into DE from when I was a CA. And then when I went to school, I continued to attend DE and developed some really good relationships and friendships throughout the years. And then I graduated in 89 and I opened in 90. But what was the foundation of my practice and who I am was all the years that I attended DE. And while I was in school, people would say, well, how do you attract patients? And I said, go to DE. I said, that's how you learn, because you really can't tell someone how to build a practice. They have to learn it from within. And there's really, it's like preaching to the choir, I suppose. There's two ways to build a practice: by attraction or by promotion. Promotion is good, but promotion is an outside in thing. The law of attraction is an inside out thing, and that's what DE teaches you. So the first thing I have to say to anyone, if they're struggling or if they haven't opened up yet, or they're getting ready to open up, or maybe transition from an associate to opening their own practice, whatever it may be, is that the best way to build anything is by the law of attraction. And what do I mean by the law of attraction? The law of attraction is what's inside of you. What is inside of you that attracts people to come to you? Whether you're a chiropractor, whether you're a singer, whether you're an actor, whether you're a chef, whatever profession you may be in, okay? It's what's inside of you that attracts the people to you. And in each and every single one of us, there's a gem. And God gave us the breath of life, and he gave us a special meaning to our life because he is within us. And so we just have to discover who we are, what we are, where it is we want to go, and what we're doing. And the most important thing to realize is that it always comes from love. So DE teaches us this, okay? And DE, like Brian said in the very beginning, allows us to shed our husk. And when we shed our husk, we start to go within. And when we go within, we find the secrets to success. We discover who we are, okay? We discover our innate potential. We discover the truth about life and love and peace and joy and happiness. And that it is not an outside thing, it's an inside thing. So in the beginning, though, like Dr. Sid used to say, you have to prime the pump, prime the pump, prime the pump, prime the pump. And then eventually it starts to flow. And where does it flow? It flows from within. So what you want to do is, first of all, seek a vision. And the vision comes from within. And the way to find your vision is to become quiet and still and do a meditation and listen. And it's in listening that this is revealed to you. So the first thing we have to learn how to do is to become still and listen. And I'll tell you what, it's difficult. Even to this day, it's difficult because there's so much stuff on the outer that it pulls us away from the inner. So it takes persistency to do what needs to be done to achieve that inner state of silence and of peace. And when we're in that state of peace and silence, it's revealed to us the secrets of the ages. Now, when I went to DE, of course, there's always lots of enthusiasm and excitement, and that's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful because it helps open you up. It helps you to let go of fear-based thoughts, inhibitions, feelings of lack or unworthiness, because you realize that no one's any different than you on the inside. We all have the potential to be the very best we can be, and it's within us. And each of us is special and unique. And we just have to realize that God created us out of his love and that we're formed with love. And so love is our true essence. And when we realize that, then we can let go of any fear-based thoughts, whatever it may be. But I always say, listening to dynamic speakers, reading inspirational books, of course, reading the green books, whatever it is to get you centered into a state of consciousness that is good, okay? It takes effort in the beginning, but then after a while, you can kind of sit back and it just starts to flow from you. But the best experience is always going to DE, because when you're at DE, it is a very, very high energy, and the energy penetrates you more than if you're just reading a book or listening to someone online or whatever. So I always say go to DE as a primary thing to help grow your practice by the law of attraction, or grow your practice from above down, inside out, or whatever profession you may be in, or whether it's just being a housewife. It doesn't really matter. You just want to be the very best you, and you want to be filled with love. And when you're filled with love, you tend to be happy and successful, and it just seems like it comes to you, but it's actually coming from within you. Sisyphus used to always say, does the fruit on a tree come from the outer, or does the tree from within bear the fruit? So whatever we experience in our outer life is a result of our inner state of being manifested outwards. And I just can't stress it enough that DE has allowed me to become who I am. But I also, it takes, I don't want to say effort, but it does take effort. You have to do what needs to be done, okay, on a regular basis. It's not like you can say, oh, I did it this or that, or even someone that goes to DE. I went to DE and it didn't do anything for me. No, it didn't do anything for you because your doors weren't open. Your heart didn't open, and you didn't receive the blessings that DE has to give to you. And the speakers in between DE, they give of themselves to help you become better, because all of us, we want you to be happy. We want you to be full of love, peace, joy. We want you to be, whatever success means to you, we want you to be able to achieve that. And at DE, they teach the principles, and the principles are simple, but not easy. Okay. Simple meaning we live the lasting purpose way of life. We give to give, we love to love, we serve to serve, with no expectation of return. And when there's no expectation of return, then you cannot be disappointed in anything. So if you do something for someone, you do it just because you're doing it. You don't do it for an expectation of return, because if they don't give you the response or whatever in return, then you could be disappointed. And that's with anything in life. So when you do it out of your own abundance, okay, for the love of it, God fulfills you. And love is the fulfilling of the law itself. So the more we can get our little selves out of the way, the bigger the bigness of the fellow within can shine through and make us like a bright shining star. Okay, we're all bright shining stars, but sometimes we get filters put over it. And because there's so much distractions on the outer, that's why it's really good that DE is 4 times a year. And at times there's intensives too. I know when I was first in practice, really the only intensive I ever went to, and it was actually just before I was in practice, it was the Meadowland experience. And I believe that was probably one of the most profound intensive there were. And it was up in the Meadowlands. And I went with another student, and I think we were just graduating. I'm not quite sure, but it was right around that era. And you know what? I remember I was sick as a dog. I was sick. I had the worst cold in the world, but I attended it and I sat there. And I actually went and visited Frank Gilbert's office and Ron Schmelzer while we were up there, because it was right outside the city there. But it was an awesome experience. But every DE, no matter where it is or who speaks, I always say it's the best DE, because when I leave DE, my heart is open more. Okay. So it was the best DE because that was the DE right then. The DEs in the past are done. The only thing that really matters is right now. And so when we go to DE and I come home, it was the best DE, because what did I get out of it? It's whatever you go into. If you go in just to have a good time and socialize, that's all you're going to get. But if you go in to get to a higher level of awareness, higher level of consciousness, or a greater understanding of the truth of who we are, or a greater expression of love, peace, and joy, then that's what you're going to experience. But like I said, we live in an outer world that has so much distraction. It takes a lot to stay inward focused. So in the mornings, what I do is, well, there's the 49 breaths. I need to get a sip of water, just a minute. It's dry, you know. We have the baseboard heating, so it's not too dry. It's not that forced hot air. I love the baseboard heating because each room you can have at whatever temperature you want. So if you're in your great room watching TV, we have a pellet stove running and you can crank up the heat. But in the bedrooms, which we like cool, you can have it down at 60 and then you can open the window and eventually the temperature falls below 60. The heat will come on. You either shut the window or lower the thermostat. So I love our baseboard heating. But anyways, back to, there's a lot of distraction in the outer world, and DE is one of the ways. But I mentioned about the 49 breaths in the morning, and the 49 breaths, I think is one of the most wonderful things to start your day. Now, before the 49 breaths, you can be, you know, whatever time you get up. If you get up at 4 in the morning, which I don't, but some of you are early risers and you exercise and you read the Bible and you read the green books and you prepare yourselves even before you get on the 49 breaths, if you get on the 49 breaths. But anyways, what it does is it's 4 different speakers, it's 49 breaths, and it kind of sets the tone for the day. At least for me, it does. And then when I go into the office, I do one set of 7 and I say a little saying with my CAs, and it sets the tone for the office. So I always believe in building the practice by the law of attraction. It's what I've always done. When I first opened up, I had done a few spinal screenings, I think 3 a year for 2 years. I did a coupon clip where I mailed that out. I think it was 3 different times. It was the stuffed envelope. And the one here, the funniest thing, the one that brought in the most patients was knee pain. And people say, yeah, but you talk symptoms. It's symptoms that bring people in and then you teach them. So the other thing that really builds a practice by the law of attraction is the doctor's report. And when I was first in practice, I used to do it twice a week. I do it Wednesday evenings. And when I worked Saturday mornings, I would do it Saturday mornings. Then when I didn't work Saturday mornings, I would do it Friday mornings before I opened, because I worked till 8. So I wanted to get one in the morning and one in the evening. And what the doctor's report does is they're either going to love you or they're going to say this isn't for me. But it lets you tell your story and it lets you tell the truth about chiropractic. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the best things that you can do to help have lifetime patients. Everyone's going to choose what they want to choose based on their level of awareness of what chiropractic is, or just where they are in their stage of life. And some are lifetime patients, not because they even know the word subluxation, not because they know that the power that made the body heals the body, not that they know that we move the bone and God does the healing. They just choose it as a lifetime thing, but it's because they connected to you. And whether it's on the first visit or the doctor's report, or visits to follow, usually it's in the very beginning that connection is made. And when the connection is made from love, if they do drop off, they usually always come back, you know. And if they don't come back to you, they may go back to another chiropractor, and that's okay, because chiropractic is chiropractic, as long as you're a principled chiropractor. But so the doctor's report, well, DE, the doctor's report, the 49 breaths, and preparing yourself by either reading inspirational things, listening to speakers, those iPodcasts. I don't listen to them, but a lot of people do. There's so much great information and wealth out there that you can utilize. But with the law of attraction, it's first building on you on the inside, realizing your divine potential that you have to serve people, and then listening to your innate, allowing that infinite wisdom that's always there to lead you, guide you, and direct you, and do it with love. And when love flows through you, people feel the love. It's not what you say, it's who you are is what they feel. So when you're with them, love them. Love them, not to on a physical level. Love them. Just let love through you. The blessing of love is, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I love going to DE. I do usually miss the October one because, you know, with my husband, fishing is one of his biggest passions, and it just happens to be when we go up to New York. But I'm there in spirit, and then when we're back at the little cottage, we do listen to the speakers, and it's wonderful that that can be done now. But I'm telling you, the real experience is that when you can attend it yourself, because there's just this unity and love that just permeates every cell of your being. And when you go back, I remember when I first used to go back as a CA, it seemed like when you got on the plane, that feeling started to leave. But when you go back after you've been going for years and years and years, it tends to stay with you. But then sometimes you can start to feel yourself slipping because you might be a little irritated at something where before it didn't even bother you. But you just stay in that little love bubble, and it lasts longer and longer and longer. And life is about love. It's about learning, you know, the truth of who we are, what love is, and what we can do for other human beings. It's not what's in it for us, it's what we can do for other human beings. So as a chiropractor, it is a beautiful thing that we do work with the power of life. Nothing is bigger than life. And we restore the power of life by giving that pure, specific chiropractic adjustment. And nothing is bigger than life. So I look forward to seeing all of you at DE. I wish the best for you always, whether I see you or don't see you. I hope your life is filled with love and happiness, and that we're always here for you. Just reach out to us if you ever need to talk. And I'll see you when I see you. Thank you for having me speak tonight.
Darcy, great job.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much. We are so thankful for having you tonight, and what a great message. I really needed that. I'll be honest with you. It, you know, even when you're many years in practice, it's very easy to slip, and I just needed that to fire me up for DE, because I always think the DE starts on the Tuesday night call, and you're always so gracious to do this for us. So we love and appreciate you. Excited to see you and everyone at DE coming up. Michael Halloran says, "Love you, beautiful." So you got that going for you. So, yeah, a lot of great comments coming through the bottom here. So thank you so much, Darcy. We'll see you in a couple of days, and hopefully we'll see a lot of you in a few days in sunny Clearwater, Florida.
Love you. See you in a couple of days.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.